Hello and welcome back to Building Roots Abroad. I'm Giovanna, your host and a curious podcast lover who is always looking for new stories. Today we are talking to Sammy, a Taiwanese girl who during her childhood was always watching YouTube videos of girls living abroad, dreaming about one day being one of them. That dream brought her from Taiwan to Australia, where she did university and started her career in marketing sales. Now, it's Sammy who inspires others through her videos and posts, where she shares her insights on university life, work experience, and building a future abroad. Let's get to know Sammy's inspired story today in our podcast. Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode of our podcast, Building Roots Abroad. Today we have here Sammy. Just to give some introduction on how we know each other, we used to work in the university together when we were students, so that's how I know her. But I'll let her introduce herself before we start with the questions for today.
Ni hao. My name is Sammy and I'm from Taiwan.
Nice.
I came to Australia when I was 18 years old, so just finished high school. And I studied my bachelor here, literally here.
Yeah, because like for those who are just listening, we are in the university now, we are in the library, but literally here.
Literally here at QUT. And then after I graduated, I started working in Australia. So I'm going to share a bit about my story. Hope that is interesting.
Yeah, it is. She did so much as well. So
thanks for having me.
No worries. Thank you for coming here and welcome to our podcast. So just to start everything from the starting point in Taiwan, I guess, what inspired you to leave your country and study abroad? Like you can even cover why Australia, but what was the trigger, why you decided to live overseas?
Yeah, I don't know if we have spoke about this before, but
maybe not. Yeah,
it was a very silly, reason because back in the high school days, I was so into YouTube, and I think this is the peak, era of YouTube and YouTubers, stuff like that, vlogs as well.
True.
So I watched, several YouTubers from Taiwan and lived abroad, they study abroad, and I was like, okay, maybe one day I will be one of those girls, living abroad and study abroad. So it was, a very silly reason.
Not really, like you got inspired by the vloggers, the international.
Yeah, because I just want to, vlog myself as well and be one of those girls on YouTube. Sorry, Dad, if you made an investment based on my YouTube dream.
No, yeah. My dad made an investment, so good.
Yeah. And why Australia? I was planning to go to Singapore in the first place.
Which is also a very good option.
Yeah, because, there's no time difference compared to Taiwan. It's close to home, and, the food, it's, Asian food. I'm a foodie, so I'm very into food, so food is very important to me. So I was planning to go to Singapore, and then I have my dad's friend, like he migrated to Australia many, many years ago, and he was like, oh, why not, thinking about Australia is a nice place. So I was like, okay, I'll do some research on Australia, and I actually found out that QT offer some scholarship.
Yeah.
And the tuition fee is a lot, cheaper than Singapore.
Is it? I already find like Australia is so expensive. But Singapore as like a place is expensive. So I would understand why.
So that's the decision making process. So it's cheaper options, and they speak English. It's an English speaking country, so I don't have to learn another language. So that's a decision making process. I want to become a study abroad girl on YouTube, and then my dad's friend lives here, so that's why.
That's so good. And then for those who doesn't know, like she kind of became international student blogger. I think now you're more like a international person blogger because she's not a student anymore, but she did share a lot of like her life in Australia. So it was the username again, it's Sammy in Australia.
Sammy in Australia. I kind of stopped a bit because when you first started your career and started working, you
get overloaded.
I get overloaded, and I stopped. But if you want to message me, feel free. I'm happy to answer any questions you like.
It's such a good account, so you kind of like kind of like your dream came true.
Yeah.
One for your dad's support, but also because you started your channel.
Yeah.
So very nice.
Yeah.
And so then you decided, because your dad's friend was living in Brisbane, or QT, like he was just living in Australia and then you found QT. How was like the Brisbane kind of decision?
Yeah, so after I know that my dad's friends, he's a QUT alumnus as well, and I found that QUT have a scholarship, and you know they got a pretty good business school, so I just decided to come to QUT. Yeah.
Very good. And then you got the scholarship?
Yeah, I got a scholarship.
Nice.
So anyone international student out there, please, you know, do some research on your university. It might be some scholarship out there that you can apply.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think I had the same one, and it's pretty good because like 25% off, and then you have to maintain like a certain GPA. But I wouldn't say it's like super hard to keep the GPA on like whatever they ask you to have. Okay, so what were like your expectations? So you already kind of knew a bit about Singapore because it was one of your plans, but before moving to Australia, did you have any expectation, and how was like your first kind of impressions? And
yeah, Australia, it's like a foreign place to me because I know like many people know about Australia based on, you know, the koalas, the kangaroos. Yeah, so I basically know nothing about like Australia before coming here except for, you know, my dad's friends lived here. So I have no expectation specifically to Australia, but I have expectation about my life abroad. I want to go to a place that no one knows me and to start a new life because, you know, back in Asia, the education system, the pressure and everything, it's really intense. So I really want to, you know, change the environment and, you know, meet international friends, just, you know, a fresh start. So I just like, I want to, you know, start from scratch, and I don't want to have any, you know, expectations or any goal or anything big that's set for myself, so I can, you know, explore this new place.
Fresh, like without any. That's so good. So when you say like in universities in Asia they have a lot of pressure, is the pressure like to get in the university, or like the university life has a lot of pressure? How is that back home?
I think the pressure comes from the one big exam, to be fair, is two. So you basically got two chances to get into university in Taiwan. So the first one will be in January, and the second exam will be in July or August, somewhere like that. But those two exams are the very important exams that make you get into university. And I have to admit that I wasn't a very good student back in high school. I went to a pretty decent high school, so it's very, very competitive. And back in high school, I just feel like, you know, because all my classmates, they are so smart. I can't really, you know...
compete.
I can't really compete. So I just, you know, spent all my times on clubs, student clubs. I joined marching band and everything. So nothing academic, but I spent so many times like on my student clubs, other hobbies and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I will not do well on my exam.
Like the main uni exam.
Yeah, I won't do well on that one. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to take the exam. I'm going abroad. I have this dream, and this is too much pressure, and I don't know if it's the best for me or if it's better for me to get into a Taiwanese university. I really want to go abroad, and my family is okay with that. Maybe this is a time that we should, you know, take the chance, step out of the comfort zone, and maybe try different things.
I think it's very interesting because in Brazil it's the same. Like the university process to get in is crazy and very competitive, especially because we have like public universities, so that those ones we don't even pay. So that one is like crazy hard to get in. Then we have the private ones, which can be very hard as well, depending on the course. So like medicine or lawyers, like impossible, like law. But yeah, it's very interesting that you have the same line of thought. Like I think a lot of people back home as well, they feel very like I I went through a lot of pressure on high school as well to
Yeah.
get in university. I got in, but then after 2 years I came to Australia. So then I kind of finished uni here, but I do agree that uni here is so much more flexible.
Yeah.
Not just to get in, but like during the university process, you have a lot of like chances. You can even like do just 3 units per semester, which is not a thing back home. I don't know if it's in Taiwan as well, but here you have a lot of flexibility, and then you can even like pause your uni for some semesters. And yeah, I think Australian universities, not that they are not good, they are very good, but also you can do in your own pace. When you're not international, you kind
You
of
gotta
like,
have
you
a
gotta,
regulation.
yeah,
sounds
you
your
need to
visa.
follow rules, but yeah, very, very nice to, like, I mean, it's very bad the pressure, but interesting to know that is very similar to like other countries as well.
Yeah, talking about flexibility, like we do not have people at mature age coming to university.
Yeah, back home as well.
Yeah, back home. Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised the same.
Yeah, it's not common that you're gonna be like starting a bachelor when you're like 25.
No. So I think there's another pressure. You have to, get certain things done at certain age. Yeah, but here, I didn't expect that at all. But I have so many classmates. They are, working professionals and then come to class, after work. They have kids, but they're still studying, things like that. So I think that's part of the flexibility. And I really like that because you get so many different, thoughts, different perspectives, people from, different phase of life. And I really like that.
Yeah, it's so good that you mentioned that, because also what I like about that, on top of everything you said, is also the fact that you don't have, like, you can breathe a little bit. Like, that's okay if you didn't like your course, maybe the 2 first years, and then you just start a new one. Or even if now that we are already working as a marketer, we decide to go in another field, I don't think we have a lot of pressure. Especially, I think me and Sammy, that we worked in the university, we get a lot of calls of random people. They're like, yeah, I've been a tradie. Tradie is like the tradesman, for 9 years. Can I start like business? And then just from their work experience, you can probably give them an offer letter. So here in Australia, it's very flexible, even if you have another kind of like career and you want to jump in another one, because that was actually our job, find out how they will start uni from like a completely different background. So yeah, it's very open to anyone. I mean, especially if you're Australian, but it's very open to new perspectives, comparing to countries like Brazil or Asia, where the competition is so high that people put a threshold so high as well, because they're like, yeah, you should be young, you should be ready, you should be just out of high school, and there's no other option. Yeah. Quite frustrating, but interesting that it's the same. Yeah. On top of like this topic, what would be like the challenges you faced in the first place, like as an international student? How was like the challenges, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge I have, and I still have to this date, is the way to interact with people.
Okay.
Because it's a very multicultural place in Australia, and like we always talk about that in Asia, that they will Western people are more talkative.
Yeah.
But here, people will ask you, how are you?
How's your day been? Like, that one is so tricky, because I'm like, yeah, my day's okay, but I have to like made up, like, oh yeah, I'm so busy.
Yeah. And I was like, how was your weekend? I pretty much lie in bed.
Yeah.
I didn't do much on weekend, but I have to, answer your question. Just, I don't want to be rude. I want to be kind, but I really didn't do much on weekend.
Yeah.
So, the way to interact with people, that was difficult still till this date, because I'm not, as a very introvert.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Also because you used to be not introvert, but you used to that type of like interaction.
Yeah.
Where like I suppose you interact more with friends, I would say, not that much with like random people in the street. While like here you have to.
Yeah, so I was studying at a girls' school, like girls' high school back
home.
home. So that even worse.
Whoa, yeah, because then you have to like.
Yeah, so pretty much the people you interact every day are, the girls at your school. So like first thing I came here, they are boys in class.
No, Oh my god, that's actually a big shock.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, how do I talk to boys?
Oh my god, that's a big... Yeah, even in Australia, it's common to see, like, girls' school and boys' school.
Yeah.
For me, that's very, like, we don't have that back home.
Really?
No, we don't.
So they're all, like, co-education? Like...
Yeah. I think the only person I know that went to a girls' school was my grandma. Because it was like a Catholic kind of thing, but it's not very common anymore. And then for me, like in Australia, it's also very common. For me, it's very crazy to think like you're saying, like you don't actually talk to boys till you go to uni, maybe.
Yeah. So that was a big shock, and I don't know how to handle the interaction with people. I don't want to be rude, but I also don't know how to properly respond to those kind of questions. And I'm still struggling because I hate small talk. I really hate small talk.
Small talk's a big thing in Australia.
Yeah, it is a big thing. So, but you'll gradually get used to it, and you know what to talk about. Gradually, when you stay longer. But and from the deep. In my heart, I don't like it.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, for me it was the opposite. Because when I started, like my first job here was the Asian agency that she also worked in the same job, but we don't know.
We missed each other.
Yeah, we don't know each other because of that specific agency, but we kind of found out that we both worked there in different times. But yeah, when I used to work there, I was the only one from the Brazil team, and then pretty much I was the only one in marketing that was not from an Asian background. So then I remember going to like a Korean restaurant, which was also new for me because back home we have more like Japanese and stuff. And then we were going to a Korean barbecue, and then I was super new in Australia. Maybe I was like 3 months living here, and all my friends, they were international, but they were mostly like Spain and Italy and Brazil as well, or South America. So then I remember like to say hi. I kind of like went to Sean, our Japanese friend, and I kind of like did like the cheek kiss, which is not like I don't kiss the cheek, but you do like, this is so common in my culture with all my international friends. And then everyone was like terrified. They were all looking at me like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" So then after that, I was just waving to everyone. I was like, I don't want to say hi in any other way. And then when I went back to Brazil to visit, I was just like waving to my friends, and they were like, "Why are you
doing this?
Why you're not friendly anymore? Why you're not coming to say hi to us?" I was like, I'm so confused. Like I don't know anymore. So I think I became more like a neutral person. I don't say hi touching anyone, but also try to be friendly.
Yeah. I think our colleague talked about that. It was a different person, but he's from Brazil as well, I think, and he was talking about that and said, I once did it to a girl, and she was like in shock. Why did you do this to me?
I know, it's so interesting that you mentioned the opposite. So for me, the culture shock was like, I cannot be kissing, like not kissing, but like being that close to someone that I'm not super like friends with. So now, to be honest, for whoever is listening, I don't even do anymore with Brazilians. I don't do it with anyone. I just say hi and maybe I hug, but very quick hugs as well.
To Jill's friends out there, she still love you.
I still love all the Brazilians out there. I'm just not that affectionate anymore. So going through, like, because we were talking about all the education period of your life, transitioning to the early career and kind of like professional growth, can you share your experiences, internships and stuff that you did, or anything that led you to the job you have now?
So it was interesting because I studied during COVID. So
you started uni back home during COVID.
2020, I think March. COVID-19 started, spreading around
but
Australia.
You were here.
I was here.
Oh, okay, so same, yeah.
But I went back. Like a few weeks after the big, pandemic in Brisbane, and then QT announced that they are going online completely. So I was like, okay, I live in the student accommodation, and it's like the whole building, and they have the, the central aircon. It was like, okay, this is not safe.
Oh, true. The contamination would be even worse.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm going back home. So I went back home, and as everyone knows, the borders were closed for a very long time, like 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
So I went back home I was like, I'm not going to waste this opportunity. I want to, study in Australia. That's the main purpose. So I asked QUT if I can, reduce some like courses I'm taking. So they did that, and I was doing, I think, 1 unit per semester.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have, heaps of time, free time. So I was in Taiwan doing some internships because I think Taipei was, all right during that period.
Okay.
So I work at a YouTuber management agency, my YouTube dream.
Nice. you always like follow your childhood dreams. So
Yeah.
good. I love that because it actually helped you a lot with everything. Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm making decision. YouTube. Right. So my first internship was like a YouTuber management company. So we managed. It was a Japanese company.
Nice.
It was so cool. So we will have the opportunity to talk to clients. It was an agency. It was like a marketing agency, but specifically to YouTube videos and YouTube sponsorship and stuff. So I did that internships, and I was like, no, I don't want to work from an agency side because you are always not the owner of everything. The people there were nice. I really liked them, and they are very creative people, and I love them. Yeah. But it's just the nature of agency that you can't make any decision, and there's always limitation. So I was like, no, I don't want to work on agency side. So I left that company, and then I did a few like freelancing kind of job for a podcast.
Nice, for a podcast, but back in Taiwan.
Back in Taiwan, but it doesn't have a physical office or things like that. It was like all online. So I did an online internship, and the owner of that podcast, the host of the podcast, kind of left the company. So I was like, okay, I really like her, and if she's not the host, there's no point, for me to stay in that podcast. So I found another internship, and that was about studying abroad. So it's like an education agency back in Taiwan. Nice. But they're not doing anything about Australia.
Okay, it was like study abroad, maybe US or
US and UK.
Okay.
So they do very, very few Australia, but because I have the experience studying abroad, so kind of, match their what they want for an intern. So I did internship over there, and I was doing marketing role. So I looked after the influencer marketing they have by that time, and also do some blog posts, SEO, things like that for them. Content creation, normal marketing stuff. So that was fun, and COVID ends, and then I came back to Australia and continue my study.
So good that you could like use your home time to get all your like work experience. Especially because most of them were online, I would say, right? And I came back to Australia, and I do my study and everything. And because I, reduced my course during COVID, so it was like a weird semester. I only have 1 unit left, so I got heaps of time. Oh, I remember, because it's when we were working together.
Yeah, we were working together, so I have heaps of time for job at QUT. Yeah. And also, I was like, okay, it's the last semester. I obviously have to find a job after I graduate from QUT. So I was like looking for opportunity, and at that time, it's actually quite good because it was just after COVID, and they opened up like no limit on your working hours on student visa. So I was looking for actual like job, like actual full-time
like work
job.
Experience with full-time hours.
So I wasn't looking for internship, but it is very difficult to explain to the employers like, okay, I'm on the student visa, I'm about to graduate, I only take 1 unit, and it's the class is at night, so I can work full-time during the day. It was very hard to explain that, and the employer, like, they have to be willing to meet you. If they see you're on a student visa, it will kind of, build up a barrier for them if you're on the student visa. So it was very difficult to find an actual full-time job during the last semester. I was like, okay, whatever. I will do an internship to start. So I did an internship at the education agency in Brisbane. I did that for 3 months, and it was, it's very similar to what I did back in Taiwan for that education agent, but they are very specifically to Australia.
Yeah, because they are located here.
Yeah, they're located here. They're on shore, and I learned so many things there. I really appreciate my manager there. She taught us how to do SEO, how to use websites, how to do keyword research, Google Ads, Facebook ads, everything like that. So yeah, I learned a lot from the internship. And after I finished that internship, I went back to Taiwan for a month or two, and then I was looking for a full-time job. And then and I got a call from my current boss.
Nice.
I got a job.
Yeah. So talking about the job you have now, how was like getting that job, and what exactly do you do in your daily life, your position, your title, and everything?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, I was looking for a full-time job during the last semester, and that wasn't very successful, so I was a bit stressed because all the international students know that if you're on the post-study visa, once you get that, your clock starts ticking.
Yeah, you have like normally just 2 years to find out full-time work, but to be honest, you have months, because then you need to have enough time to actually work.
Yes.
It's not that you have 2 years to find work and then you can work. No, you have to actually work within 2 years.
Yeah. So I was like very nervous, as all the international do, and I think I applied for this job. I was so focused on I want to work at a university because one, they pay well.
Yeah, it was same. Yeah, because we were both working in the university, but we were casual.
Yeah.
So of course our dream jobs. I remember we were always talking about that.
working at QT.
You were like, our dream is to work as a marketer for the Queensland University of Technology, which is the one we were working as casual for other department.
Yeah.
But also we talk about pretty much all universities. Like, I really want to work in that one. They pay well, and also we had the experience-ish, like as a marketer, as like in the education field, but also would be nice because it's like a big organization.
Yeah. So I really want to work at a university, but that wasn't very successful because I think it's fair that I think they will prefer, someone have a solid visa or things like that,
or even like more mature, because I think it's a job that normally is not to explore marketing, is more to settle. As like grads, I think we should like explore more like the roles we have now, because it's more like all-rounder kind of thing. So
yeah, and you got so many experienced candidates that it's a lot more experience than you, and you can't really compete that because you just started your career. So I was like, okay, that wasn't very successful. And then I was looking at some some colleges, and I also like, whatever, I just need marketing, a marketing job. I also applied for some agency as well. And I suddenly get this call from my current boss. It was like, I'm the CEO from Browns, and I saw your resume. Are you willing to, have an interview with me or something like that? And I think what made me stand out is because I did a very brave things. So I have my normal application process, the cover letter, the resume, selection criteria, blah blah blah, everything.
So you did everything they requested, but you did something extra.
Yeah, something extra, and that's something extra.
Yeah.
They still made fun of me right now.
No, what did you do?
I recorded 1 minute video and talk about myself.
That's so cute. Stop it.
And I was like, okay, I'm Sammy. I'm from Taiwan. The reason why I want to join this company is blah 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 blah. So yeah, I made a short video, and I split into the CEO's DM on LinkedIn.
You send the video to the CEO on
Yes.
LinkedIn. Guys, she won to the like most creative way to get a job in Australia.
Yeah, I was like,
that's so cute. Wow.
but I didn't know that, but it is not a huge company, so pretty much the CEO manage most of the stuff. So that was good.
Like, it was not like a person that super high level, no one can touch it.
Yeah. So I think it's accidentally I made the right decision to split into his DM.
100%. I think that was like an amazing idea. Yeah.
And he happened, because I talk about, it's an English language school, so I obviously talk about my background as an international student. I came from Taiwan, things like that. And he happened to live in Taiwan for 6-7 years.
Oh, but the guy was Australian?
Yes, he's a bit complicated. That he is Australian, but he got so many other passports as well.
Yeah, like he has many backgrounds, but he's Australian, and he happened to live 7 years in
Taiwan.
Oh, so you got this connection-ish.
Yeah, I immediately got the connection with him, and he was like, he knows Taiwan very well, and he called me for an interview. It was a funny story for the interview as well. So I went into the interview. He was showing me all the data of the company, like including how much they make and everything. Like I can see all the revenues on his screen. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is very important to us. This is our Power BI, and it shows every data, blah, 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 things like that. I was like, okay. I sit at the cafe for 2 hours to prepare my interview, and I went to the office, and he was like already showing me all this data.
So he was already kind of like, he already hired you.
Yeah. I was like, what is going on?
That's so nice.
Yeah. And he was like, okay, finish the interview. I was like, okay, I'll call you. Yeah, the interview.
Yeah.
Or the introduction.
Yeah, the introduction to the business.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, okay, I'll call you if we decide to hire you. I was like, okay, cool. Looking forward to hearing from you. Everything was very polite. And I was like, okay. I went home, and then I think after 2 hours, after I finished the interview, I got a call from him.
Wow.
When can you start?
That's so good.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, I want you to move to the Gold Coast. So QT is in Brisbane, just for context. And then he wants me to move to the Gold Coast. And I was like,
which is 1 hour from here.
Yeah, 1 hour
on the coast.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm alone here. I have no family. I have no, other things I have to worry about. Yeah, why not? So I moved to the Gold Coast. In the month I graduated. Yeah. So that was a bit of a story of how I got the job.
Yeah.
I always think it's funny.
Yeah, it's also so cute, and also like thanks for being here for the interview in Brisbane, by the way. Yeah, and then just on top of that, the whole interview and everything, what you do in your job, like the daily life and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I have 3 different parts of my job. As I mentioned, I started as a marketing and admin coordinator. So a month later, I was on the business trip with our CEO. Yeah, so I was back in Taiwan again after a few months, and then do some recruitment stuff. So I now do some partnership stuff, like partnerships with schools, partnership with TAFEs, with universities, things like that. And also I do some marketing. I still help with some marketing, but it's very, very less right now.
So it's more like a partnership manager.
And then I would say 80% of my job will do like recruitment stuff. So you can view it as the sales in this industry. So basically, I need to, connect with education agents, because in Asian country, it's really common that students go for like an education agents for suggestions, for recommendations on any schools. It's not necessary, but it just,
helps the parents, I would say.
Yeah. So I need to connect with them and, maintain the relationship and make sure that they will sell our company.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, that's why I also travel a lot as well. Yeah. So just visiting agents and stuff.
Yeah. So when you did the business trip to Taiwan, and also you mentioned to me actually, but to South Korea.
Yeah.
When you do those trips, is actually to build relationship with the agencies back to these countries.
Yeah, so what I was doing is just, talking to agents and say hi to them and, be friendly, be nice to them.
And represent the school.
Yeah, and represent the school.
Very good.
So sometimes we don't do fairs a lot, but sometimes we have to sit in the fair and talk to parents and students directly.
Yeah. Interesting. And what would you say is like the biggest challenges in your position career?
I will think, because everything starts very smooth when I started look after the Taiwanese market, but sooner after I look after the Taiwanese market, there was no one looking after the Korean market as well. So I was like, okay, I take that responsibility. And
so you were taking a lot in your plate, I would say. In the beginning.
Yeah. So but Korea, it's a completely different country from Taiwan. And although you definitely saw some K-drama or listen to K-pop, but you don't know the culture deeply, or sometimes even the language barrier, because you will think that people work in this industry will, have a certain level of English, but some of them actually don't. So sometimes if you can speak the language, that will be easier for you to connect with them, also talk to them, and reduce a misunderstanding as well. So I think in some markets, the language is very important as well. I obviously don't speak Korean fluently. So that I think I started learning Korean because of the work.
Did you?
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah, but it's not at all fluent. For everyone out there who wants to learn Korean, the Korean Cultural Center actually offer free Korean lessons for residents living in Australia. You don't have to be PR or citizens. You just need to live in Australia, and you can sign up for.
This is so cute, and it's located like in all big cities, like in Brisbane, or is it online?
If you want to go to a physical class, it's in Sydney that you can go to a physical class, but they do online as well. So I took the online courses. I'm still learning.
That's so nice. And did you actually have the chance to practice? Like you could actually interact with like clients and people from.
Oh, they will be surprised when you speak Korean, but it's just very basic thing.
But it's so nice, so beautiful that you can do that.
Yeah, and I was like, when I was in Korea, I was like, okay, I need to, make this into, practice. I learned Korean, I have to use it.
Yeah.
So actually, we went to like a university. It was so far away from the city area, the CBD. And it was in the university. And I was like talking to a student in English and they looked confused. I was like, okay, this is a chance.
That's my chance to go there and talk in Korean. And did that work?
Yeah. I was
so nice.
Because I was on the taxi and it was so dizzy. I got car sick and everything. I was looking for a toilet. And I was like, okay, 죄송해요. 화장실 어디예요? I actually speak to the students. So I was like, okay, what did I do? I was
For
like,
everyone that is Korean, I want to know if what she said, because then we know how is like everything going. But I'm pretty sure it's good.
Yeah.
Sounds very good.
Comment below. Only compliment is allowed.
Yeah. Only compliments allowed. I love that.
Yeah. So I started. Like, if you face challenge, then you have to overcome it. So I started learning Korean, and hopefully one day I'll be fluent in it, so I can talk to my clients.
100%. And also the good part, like the good thing about Australia is that if you want to learn Spanish, Korean, anything, you can find a community here and practice. Like I'm pretty sure if you start like building like a small like group of friends from Korea or people that speak Korean, you can find in Brisbane. Like you can definitely find and practice and. Yeah, so good. And then on top of this culture kind of things that we are talking, switching to like cultural adaptation, how was for you to like start living in Australia? Like, did you have we already covered the culture shock on like greetings and stuff, but there was like in a specific moment that the community like made you feel home, like here's your home, or how was like the word community for you in Australia? Do you feel you already built your community? Do you have a lot of Australian friends, or how is that for you, like social life wise?
I think to this stage, I think like many like at least from what I know, that people will have expectation that I don't want to make friends with people from my country. I want to make friends with Australians. I'm in Australia. I want to meet all the Aussies, but I think if you live here and start your own
if you're
life
real
here,
like live here for real, because you want to be kind of close to
so I don't really recommend you to exclude everyone from your home country and then just make friends with the locals. I think as till this date I still feel more connected to people from international backgrounds. It doesn't have to necessarily be Taiwanese, but someone from other country moving to Australia.
Yeah, so I kind of agree with that. You feel more comfortable.
Yeah, and those people will understand your struggles, and you go through the same things and everything, and you got visa thing to talk about, so everyone can come and the frustration of visa.
Yeah, I can chat about the visa in Australia. That is like literally the biggest nightmare ever.
Yeah. So I think
also you have like someone to spend Christmas or Easter with because like they don't have family here as well.
Yeah, so I think I got, some opportunities that you can meet with those people. Like I said, I studied at QT International College, so that was an opportunity to meet international people. And with those friends I met from international backgrounds, I really feel like, oh, okay, this is, part of me. This is, my community.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what home means to you now? Means more like a mix of Australia and Taiwan, or you see more yourself here as a home?
I don't know if you get that feeling, like when you back home, you feel a bit like, oh, I'm traveling.
Yeah, I do have that.
Yeah.
Like I've been living here for like 5 years. I think like you had the break during COVID, but it's kind of like your soul was still here because you're like doing uni. But yeah, I get the feeling.
That's so weird because you don't expect yourself to be, feeling like I'm traveling back home, but now I feel a bit of that. But I would say it's, two different places. They are both my home, and
that's nice. Yeah.
I love both places, and I love food in Taiwan, really.
Yeah, I really want to visit. So you're from Taipei?
I'm from... I would say to my foreign friends, if they are not from, Asian countries, I would say, oh yeah, I'm from Taipei.
But it's like a city close by.
Yeah, it's a city close by. Like, it's called New Taipei City.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I really want to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think just to finish, like to end all the episode, because I know we have a lot to talk.
Yeah.
And I get too excited. Reflecting on the name of the podcast and everything, what does Building Roots Abroad mean to you?
That's a good question, because I know people coming to Australia at different, stage of life. But for me, I came here at 18 years old, so that's the age.
Baby.
Yeah, that's like a baby. And you just finished high school and you left home and everything. So I think it's like independence for me. And accomplishment as well. So I have the independence to, work here, study here, and then, at least I can feed myself.
Yeah.
So it's really like an independence, like growing up for me, and also an accomplishment, because I wouldn't imagine myself will be, working in Australia and have a career here. So I was like, okay, You built your roots here. I built my roots and I accomplished that. So, yeah, I'm very proud of myself.
I'm also so proud of her. So nice. I love it. And then I think the polemic question, do you feel you're gonna still building your roots in Australia, or do you feel like at some point of your life you would like go back to Taiwan, or you want to explore new countries?
Yeah, I think Australia has a very special position in my heart, but I wouldn't say that I will stay here permanently.
Forever.
Yeah, forever. Like, I might stay here for the next 5 years, 10 years, but I think eventually I'll go back, somewhere in Asia, because, I got parents to take care of, they will get old and everything, so I think I will still go back to Asia, maybe somewhere close to Taiwan, or, directly back to Taiwan, because, I'm still not married and I haven't started my family, so everything is really hard to tell at this moment. But
yeah, because you're right, like depends also on how your family will be. Like, imagine if you marry an Aussie guy, but you can also bring your parents wherever you go.
I had this conversation with them. They don't speak any English, so it will be very difficult for them to navigate in Australia. But yeah, I wouldn't see myself living here permanently, but for the next 5 years, 10 years, I wish that I can be in Australia and still,
still
building
a
my
long
career.
time.
Yeah, still a long time. So it's not, in the near future, I'll move to another country, no. So I still want to, build my community, build my career here. Yeah.
That's so good. So yeah, thank you very much for everything. I think we got very excited, but I love that because I think we also have a lot of things in common. So it's so easy to like discuss and talk. So I think we got a lot of very good insights from this episode. I think everything, your dream as a kid, and also like the way you got your job, I think for me was my favorite so far. And then do you have anything else to mention before we close?
Maybe follow this podcast.
Yeah, guys, please, if you don't follow yet, oh my god,
subscribe, follow, comment, didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, thank you for having me on your podcast. It's my honor.
Yeah, so thank you guys for listening us till now, and I will see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.